way I look back at 2024, there was definitely a lot of highs with like winning at AGP and definitely a lot more lows to work on during the year.
This year, I want to pick up where we left off last year. Good, strong, top 5 results and really aim for the top step.
Yeah, I think I was still learning a lot in 24, learning how to drive these cars. They're a great car, but they're hard to drive, 10 years out of motorsport. Hi, Rod Jane. I drive the number 77 Porsche Carrera Cup car for Bob Jane T-Marts and Monster Wheels. 2024, second season back after sort of 10 years out. I think I was still learning a lot in 24, learning how to drive these cars. They're a great car, but they're hard to drive, 10 years out of motorsport. Made it pretty challenging, trying to get my head back in the place. I think the first year I was just learning to drive. Second year, starting to learn some racecraft again, and like 24 was an okay year, but it didn't end up with many great results, so probably disappointing in the end.
Hi, my name's Angelo. I drive the 999 Porsche Carrera Cup, Bob Jane T-Marts Sonic car. At the end of 2024, we really started to get some strong results, some good points. In the street circuits, we're running in the top 5, which was really, really great for us because we made such a big progress throughout the end of the year.
Marcus Flack, driver of the 777, Sonic Motor Racing, Bob Jane T-Marts, Porsche Carrera Cup car. The way I look back at 2024, there was definitely a lot of highs with like winning at AGP and definitely a lot more lows to work on during the year. My goals for 2025 is really going to be about minimising the lows for this year, as well as just working on the highs and the benefits we did have about last year and making sure we polish them for this year.
If we don't improve on last year, then this year will be no good. Relative to Sydney, so we're already on the right step.
Coming into Sydney as the opening rounds, we had a lot of personnel change in both my personal team in the back of house with new sports psychologists, trainers, stuff like that, as well as a new engineer, new mechanic. Just overall, we did a whole reshuffle over Christmas, and I was just looking forward to ripping into round 1. Round 1 was actually a really good round. It was a solid start to the year. It was really what I was chasing over Christmas. I just wanted to make sure I could have solid rounds, make sure I minimise any mistakes on myself, and even when we do have something not go our way, like we did this weekend in race 3 where we had a bit of an engine issue, we still managed to keep it there, kept it in the top 10. So I'm happy with the improvements I've made. The team's working well now, so I'm really looking forward to what the rest of the year holds.
Sydney was okay. We didn't really end up where we wanted to be. However, we showed good pace and I made a couple mistakes, which was my fault, especially in qualifying. We should have been a bit further up, but we've got to learn from that and move on. In qualifying in Sydney, I kind of locked up a tyre on my quickest lap, which would have put us, P4 or P5. And in Carrera Cup, it's really a qualifying category. So if you make a little mistake like that, you're going to end up, around the 10.
Porsche's got quite a good championship going in Australia, and it's really the only one make championship that actually is competitive besides Super 2, and I don't feel like that's just a waste of money. And Sonic is really, they're a family run team. I've been here for 2 years now, coming on my 3rd, and I couldn't see myself anywhere else.
Porsche Carrera Cup and qualifying is kind of like bread and butter because everything is so close. Everyone is that good in the category and the margins are that small because the cars are so similar that it's all about the 1%ers. And in qualifying, from 1st to 10th, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 tenths, which is massive in Carrera Cup world. But in real life, it's nothing. So it's very, very important in qualifying to make sure everything's perfect.
The incident with Marcus, do you remember what race was it?
Nothing happened with Marcus.
No,
yeah.
I know.
I think everyone sort of checked up on the outside, and honestly, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's just a racing incident, really. Ange went for a move on the car in front of him, and they had a bit of contact, and I happened to slip into a gap that created on the inside of their incident. So it's never ideal to have contact with your teammate, but sometimes it does happen. It's racing. But we came back to the truck, we just looked at it, went, yep, whatever, it is what it is, and we moved on to the next race.
So 3rd year, 2025, really looking forward to it, was about trying to find more speed, more consistency, you know, and couple what I learnt in the first and second year and try and get some wins and some, you know, podium results. Yeah, round win, you know, to finish first you must finish. John Sydney used to say to me when I was racing in Oscar and NASCAR, and he was helping us with our engines and later with the NASCAR, with the chassis, and you know, John always used to say that, and you know, that's the most important point. You can be fast, but if you don't finish the races, then you're not there at the end, right? So, you know, I think there's some really fast guys that have done a lot of racing in Pro-Am. You know, they're really good drivers, and you know, to me, Kim, my cousin's working with me this year, and you know, we've sort of made it all about being consistent and making sure we try and finish every race. Last year and this year, and you know, now we're really focused on that and trying to get as much speed out of me as we can. Sydney was a really surprising outcome, but a great outcome. We had the consistency. We weren't necessarily the fastest on the track. You know, we built all weekend, but we were consistently there every race, and you know, the scores were on the board at the end of the weekend, which was yeah, it was really exciting. Great for Sonic, great for the team.
I looked at the car. There's no damage, so that's good.
I don't know who got me. Someone got me the left rear wheel.
Oh, okay.
But it's, you know, anyway, it's life.
That's it, man. Still got
I could have driven a bit better. And you know, the setup's been great. The car's been good, and if anything, you know, I probably let the car down in my ability to drive. So yeah, just got to keep working on that.
It's great. I actually really enjoy working with Rod as a pro-am in the team, trying to help him grow. Like, he does have a lot of experience, but I think I come with a bit more refinement, say, with my past experience and what I'm performing at now to try and help Rod. And it's great to see him get up there and get a trophy and really start the year off on the right foot for him.